Hi, I'm Mike. Deborah, and how do you say your last name?
Berebichez.
Come on up. So, is this your first Strata?
It is, yes.
And how are you enjoying it?
I'm liking it a lot. I must say I didn't know what to expect. I work in the financial industry. My background is in physics, so I did work with a lot of data before. And I think I expected a little more of a technical content in the talks, and I'm not seeing so much of that. But I think some of the topics are really interesting and refreshing.
Well, if you want more technical, could you present for us maybe next year as well?
I actually just talked to Suzanne about that, and definitely not only myself, but I can recommend a lot of great speakers. I think I hear a lot of people going on stage and saying this is a new field. I think it may be new as applied to maybe internet data or retail and so on, but in both in physics, astronomy, and in the financial world, people have been polishing their models for 20 years. So I would love to tap those people and bring them to Strata.
Excellent. So, do you see a distinction between, a lot of people call it big data, and a lot of people are calling it data science now.
Yeah.
Is there a distinction there, or is that semantics?
I mean, I think what people call big data can mean a lot of things. It can mean simply the volume, large amounts of data. It can mean the structures are more complex. It can mean the time. Like in finance, we have high frequencies, so tick data for the price of securities that come every millisecond, for example, that just means big data, but it's because of the time delivery. So I think it's all going to be more structured, and the name is going to evolve as people really specialize more in different areas.
Do you see data scientist as a new discipline, though? I mean, I know you said physics and astronomy's had this for a long time, but there's not really been an educational focus on becoming a data scientist. Do you see that as a push that's going to happen?
I'm not so sure, because I think if we were to start history now, we would be ignoring that after the Cold War, most of the mathematicians and physicists actually went to Wall Street, which was absorbing a lot of them. So they started the field, let's say, of data science as applying all these modeling techniques and analyzing large volumes of data for financial institutions. So there's a lot of that information and techniques that we need to go back and are you going to say that's not data science? Or, astronomers now who have been analyzing data, much larger volumes than the people here. I just met an astronomer 10 minutes ago, and he said, and they think this is big data, for example. So it depends what you want to call data scientists. If it only refers to applying the analytical techniques towards internet data and a new kind of data, retail or something, maybe, but analyzing large volumes of data is not new at all.
Okay. So here's a question for you. If you could take data and data science techniques and apply it to any problem in the world and solve it with the data and the techniques, what problem would you attack?
I think distribution of food, because we have places in the world that have an enormous amount of production of food, and then some of it gets wasted because of economics and price and demand. And we could learn how to distribute locally foods, as well as distribution of wealth and infrastructure, how to put money into telephone lines and water wells and things like that in the world, in Africa, in subdeveloped countries.
I think that's excellent. So are we going to see you next year at Strata and hopefully presenting?
Absolutely. I met Tim O'Reilly this past year in Israel, so say hi to him, and I hope to be here next year as a speaker.
Deborah, thank you very much. Look forward to seeing you.